Welcome to live. Oh, I'm just reading the things. All right, so I'm going to take a moment here to. It's been a while since I've done my Wackadoodle Wednesdays, um, but I decided. All right, I'll stop. Um, yeah, I'm here, and today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. Alexa, pause, and I'm going to. Alexa, pause. I'm going to do my Wackadoodle Wednesdays. So this is like a satire. I'm based in Wyoming in the United States, so I bring it back home. I bring it back to what's happening here in Wyoming. I bring world news back to how it impacts us here in Wyoming. I started doing this like 9 months ago. Well, maybe, yeah, 9 months ago, I guess. And I am not consistent. It's like not every Wednesday am I here, and that's okay because I live on like island time, or at least I want to live on island time. Um, but today in my Wackadoodle Wednesdays, we're going to talk about like what's going on in infectious disease because that's really big for me. Antibiotic stewardship is one of the things I worked on when I was in the Office of Rural Health. And so, like any kind of infectious disease, we need to be aware of what antibiotics are being used. Um, Full disclosure, I do use AI. So, fully, I do use AI. Obviously, I'm not AI. I'm a human, and I often get like asked to verify that I'm a human. I don't know in the future how we'll do that, but how do you verify that you're human? Um, and yes, I do have a ring on my finger. I do have a boyfriend. I know someone asked, like, do you really have a boyfriend? Yes, I really do have a boyfriend, and he is fabulous. He's wonderful, and it's all new. Our relationship is all new and fresh, and so, we want to keep it that way. Like, we want to keep it just really special. And we're still developing it. So, like, as time progresses and as we feel right, we will do what we need to do to, like, bring other people into the fold. But right now, yes, I have a boyfriend, and yes, it's really special and beautiful. So, moving on with that introduction, Wackadoodle Wednesdays. Let's get started. Wackadoodle Wednesday, today, May 20th, 2026, where the news cycle is a circus, the clowns are in charge, and the rest of us are just trying to keep the tent from blowing away. I'm good. Oh, Bruce, you can leave. Dumpster fire of the week. Let's start with the global dumpster fire, infectious disease outbreak. This week, the world is juggling two major public health crises. My mouse is just messed up. Give me a second. Where are you? There you are. All right. Let's start with the global dumpster fire, infectious disease outbreaks. This week, the world is juggling two major public health scares, a hantavirus cluster tied to a cruise ship, and I'm sorry I'm going to butcher this, but Bundibugyo strain Ebola outbreak spreading across parts of Central and East Africa. Now, the hantavirus situation has been especially chaotic online. Health officials say the virus was brought onto the ship, not born there. But if you scroll social media, you'd think the ship was a floating rodent rave. People are posting theories ranging from it came from the buffet to the virus climbed aboard wearing sunglasses and a fake mustache. Meanwhile, the Ebola outbreak is serious. Uganda has postponed major public events, and health workers are stretched thin. But instead of focusing on containment, the global conversation has devolved into a mashup of panic, misinformation, and people who suddenly think they're epidemiologists because they watched one documentary on Netflix. And into this swirling cloud of confusion walks the next blaze. My tweet translator. Today's featured eruption comes from Donald Trump's social media feed, which has been especially active during his recent visit to China. He posted, and I'm summarizing, that the meeting with President Xi was historic, tremendous, and best in history. Diplomats, meanwhile, described the meeting as tense, difficult, and not aligned with the president's characterizations. So let's translate. Trump said, China respects America again. Tweet translator, China released a statement politely saying, we're not sure what he's talking about. Trump says, major concessions. Tweet translator, China publicly contradicted that within hours. Trump posts triumphant photo in Beijing, except, and this is the best part, the photo was from a previous trip. It's like posting your high school prom picture and saying, great date with my spouse. And our Rashomon, I send you a message. Okay, thanks. What is your opinion on RFK? Ah, very nice. I'm happy to answer that. No, not really. I have a boyfriend, like I said. Okay, Rashomon recap. This week's Rashomon moment is the China visit, seen from 3 angles. Version 1, Trump's telling. It was a triumph, a masterpiece, a diplomatic Broadway show where he is the star, director, and audience. Version 2, U.S. diplomats telling. A difficult meeting with no major breakthroughs, no signed agreements, and no clear outcomes. And version 3, China's telling. A cordial but firm conversation in which China made no concessions and reminded the U.S. of its responsibilities. 3 stories, 1 meaning, 0 shared reality. And all of this is happening while the Department of Justice is still sitting on millions of pages of Epstein files, releasing less than 1% of what Congress required. Lawmakers from both parties say the delays violate the law. A federal judge says Congress can't force faster disclosure, and the public is left wondering why the world's most powerful justice system moves slower than a ranch truck with 3 flat tires. Which brings us to the Democracy Damage Report. This week's institutional casualties. Transparency. The DOJ's pace on the Epstein files is glacial. Not majestic glacial, more like glacier in a coma. The DOJ's pace on the Epstein files is glacial, not just glacial, more like glacier in a coma. Not even moving. All right, public trust. Every missed deadline deepens the sense that accountability is optional. Diplomatic clarity. When the president posts all photos from China and calls the meeting historic, while both governments contradict him, it erodes confidence in official communication. Public health readiness. Global outbreaks highlight how fragile systems are, especially in rural states like Wyoming, where one nurse's vacation can shut down the entire clinic. Democracy isn't collapsing, but it's definitely limping, and it could use a Gatorade and a nap. How this all lands in Wyoming. Wyoming always experiences national chaos at a different altitude, literally and figuratively. On the outbreaks, we don't have Ebola or Andes hantavirus here, but we do have the sin nombre hantavirus in deer mice. Rural hospitals are stretched thin, long transport times for critical care. And what we do have in Wyoming is spring cleaning season, when rodent exposure spikes. While the world debates cruise ships and border screenings, Wyoming is asking, do we have enough staff to keep the clinic open this week? And on the China visit, Wyoming's economy depends on minerals, coal exports, rare earth elements, agriculture, and tourism. So when the president posts triumphant messages about China that don't match diplomatic reports, Wyoming folks are left wondering, is this going to help or hurt our markets? And are tariffs coming back? Is beef about to get more expensive? And on the Epstein files, Wyomingites have a finely tuned sense of accountability. If you can brand a calf in under 10 minutes, you can release a document in under 10 months. And the satirical soundbite, a fake press release capturing the week's madness. In light of recent outbreaks, diplomatic confusion, and document delays, the Department of Everything is Fine would like to reassure the public that all crises are under control. The hantavirus outbreak did not originate on the cruise ship. The Ebola situation is manageable. The China visit was historic, and the Epstein files are on track for release sometime between now and the heat death of the universe. Please remain calm. Avoid rodents and disregard any photos posted online unless time-stamped by an independent third party. What we can do now, Wyoming edition. Stay informed through WyoFile, Wyoming Public Radio, and local health departments. Support rural health systems. They're the backbone of our resilience. Demand transparency from every level of government. Keep perspective. Global chaos is loud, but Wyoming reality is actionable. And use humor. It's our best survival tool. Closing. Today's Wackadoodle Wednesday brought up viruses, vanished documents, diplomatic deja vu, and a president posting old photos from China like it's Throwback Thursday. Meanwhile, Wyoming keeps doing what Wyoming does, staying grounded, staying steady, and staying just skeptical enough to keep the nonsense at bay. Because if the world insists on being wackadoodle, the least we can do is stay rooted, stay ready, and maybe laugh while we do it. All right, your answer to RFK, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with anything RFK is doing. I'm just not impressed. He has no business, as many of the department appointees have no business running that department. And so with infectious disease being out there and being a reality, am I confident that we will be safe in the United States under his leadership? No, not at all. All right, I'm going to pull an affirmator card. Thanks for asking. I don't know if you stuck by, but you can watch this later. I'm going to pull one of these cards for today, my love. So yeah, stay tuned to hear more about that and find out what's going on there. Because somebody visiting Wyoming who's never been here is really cool. Nature. It's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggy and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you're a robot. Hey, I was used in writing this satire, but the idea originated with me. Alexa, will you play us some music going out? Let's see. Had Epstein file for 4 years. Oh, bummer. Either so, the TSD here. Biden administration had Epstein file for 4 years. Oh, bummer. Either so, stop the T. I can't go back, Kathy. I can't go back in time, and neither can you. I can't change what Biden did. All I can do is, like, right now, today, we want the Epstein files released. And we're going to say that every day until they're released, and released accurately, released with the right names redacted and the right names not redacted, and then hold those people who did those horrible crimes accountable. We're going to keep talking about it. Whoever is in office, whoever is president, we're not going to stop talking about it just because Trump is in office. We're not going to stop talking about it just because Biden's administration didn't act in a way we think it should. Those Epstein files, they need to be released. And correctly, with the right names redacted and the wrong names unredacted. And those people need to be held accountable. That's my opinion. Alexa, will you play some music? This is my channel. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Keep watching my channel, please. I try to post, on island time. And my love. Thank you. Doesn't like Okay, like